I'll ham it up for you, don't worry. And take 2.
Then you...
Hello everybody and happy Thanksgiving to you all today. My name is Matt Abdoo. I'm here with
Tony Scotto.
We are the chef de cuisines at Del Posto restaurant in Chelsea on 10th Avenue. And we're here today to make for you some delicious and amazing sides to go with your wonderful Thanksgiving dinner.
Today we're going to be preparing some stuffing, and as you can tell, Matt and I are no strangers to a little bit of stuffing. So Matt, you want to talk about what we're going to do here?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to first just start off by taking our bread and just a small to medium dice on it, or really however large you prefer. It doesn't really matter. It's all going to work out fantastic. And we're going to take all the bread and we're just going to lightly toast it, or you can even leave it out the night before and just let it get all nice and stale. A real quick rundown of the rest of the ingredients we're going to need while making our stuffing is we're going to have 2 Spanish or white onions, 2 to 3 carrots, 2 to 3 ribs of celery, and the wonderful turkey sausage that we made fresh at Del Posto. Smell it. Can you get a smell of that?
A little.
It's really sweet Italian sausage just made with turkey instead of pork.
It's the way to go.
And it's the greatest way to start off any sort of stuffing. So we're going to have our turkey sausage in there. We're going to break it up with a wooden spoon. And once our sausage is brown, we're actually going to take it and remove it from the pan so we can go on and continue to cook off the rest of our vegetables. Take a little more olive oil, and we're going to add to it 2 to 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Garlic for me is just one of the greatest things on the planet. We don't want to get any color. We don't want to have that sort of bitterness. So what we're going to do from here on out, we're going to add the rest of our carrots, onion, and celery. And hear that nice sizzle. Fantastic. Now we're going to cook down our carrots, onions, and celery. It's going to take about 7 to 8 minutes on medium-high heat. So while our vegetables are cooking away, I'm just going to take and season it with a little bit of kosher salt and a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. It's a pretty fancy pepper mill, isn't it?
I was about to say, it's very nice.
I got to talk to the big guy, see if I can get one of these for my house. We're going to take about 10 sage leaves and about probably 10 sprigs of thyme that we're just going to chop all these up. We're going to add it all to our carrots, onions, and celery. Oh, really, the second that it hits the heat, all those aromas are released, and we're smelling like Thanksgiving here.
Looks pretty good too, Matty.
You know what? Thanks, Tony. Appreciate that. And last but not least, if you don't mind, my pal, we'll grab our turkey sausage that we rendered off earlier. We're going to add all that right to the pan as well. We're just going to mix and evenly break up all this meat.
You can just toss that with a little bit of pasta.
A little pasta, good to go. So right now that we have all of our carrots, onions, and celery, sausage and herbs, garlic in our pan, we're going to bring it all together with our toasted off bread, and we're going to make our stuffing come to life. Now this is really where just plain old toasted bread becomes something really magical and special. So while I'm going to be mixing this together, Tony, we have over here 3 organic eggs. So essentially we're kind of really even making basically like a savory bread pudding.
It's true.
Without any sort of cream.
It's true.
So while Tony's whipping our eggs, we're just kind of mixing our bread and all of our sausage and herbs. Oh, it smells so good. So from here, we got all of our vegetables and bread mixed together nice. Go on in and throw our eggs. Just gonna evenly pour them over the top. All right, so we have our eggs. Everything's nice and mixed and incorporated in here. The last thing we need to make stuffing, we're gonna finish it together with 2 to 2.5 quarts of chicken stock. And what you're gonna see is the bread, the dried toasted bread. It's gonna soak it all up, pulling all that nice, rich chicken flavor. Now, the reason I say 2 to 2.5 is that it might not take that last 2 cups. We might just need the first 8. We're gonna mix through it just to see how we're looking, how it's absorbing all of that chicken stock and flavor. So if it looks a little wet to you, don't be afraid, because the best way to do stuffing for Thanksgiving dinner is to make it hours before, let it sit, and then reheat it when the family gets there. So I think we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna leave out that last 2 cups worth of chicken stock, and now we're gonna take this dish as it is, uncovered, and we're gonna place it into a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, depending upon your oven speed and temperature, or until we're gonna look for the stuffing to be nice and set. Tony, can you smell that?
I can smell it, and I'm ready to eat
It
some
smells
stuffing.
like our stuffing is ready to eat, so let's give it a look.
I don't think we need to bless this one. I think we're doing
I
good.
always bless everything. Oh yeah, Tone, look at that.
Make the peppers.
Look at that, huh? Whoever thought day-old bread can make such a magical, delicious side. So now whenever we pull this out of the oven, it's important we let it sit for about 30 minutes.
Do we have to?
Well, we're gonna eat some right now because I can't help it, I'm starving. But before we do, we're gonna garnish it with just some chopped savory herbs. We have some thyme and some sage.
We hit with a little bit of the old country.
Always, buddy, always. And just like any good old Italian grandma, we're gonna finish with a nice drizzle of some extra virgin olive oil.
That looks good enough to eat, Matt.
Let's try it. Let's give it a bite. Corners
Go for
first.
the corners.
Corners first. Oh yeah. So good. And so easy to make at home, and I promise you this will razzle-dazzle any of your guests and have just one of the most delicious stuffings of all time for Thanksgiving dinner.